Hey guys, how are we doing? Crypto Insight UK here. So today we've got loads to talk about. It's going to be mainly XRP here. I'm going to talk about some XRP price action and some interesting comments from Brad Garlinghouse in an interview yesterday. You definitely don't want to miss that. I'm tingling at what could be happening here in the US. And actually, just to start with, I want to just highlight a tweet that I made this morning. There's a 40% chance we're underestimating Bitcoin's value. And in Bitcoin, I'm actually going to include crypto in general because that's going to relate to my tweet later. The video that I'm going to show you in a minute. For weeks, I've said we're not bullish enough, and the current prediction markets like Polymarket reflect that there's a 40% probability that Trump might establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve. I firmly believe this could happen. Trump has been consistent in his pro-crypto stance, with prominent figures like Michael Saylor recently engaging with him and his son, like going out to meet them, and then basically coming back. Saylor, after he met Trump Jr., I've forgotten his name now, I don't know why, but just having a bit of a brain fart, went to meet them, and then after that, tried to raise another $2 billion to buy Bitcoin. What did they talk about? And then I've gone on to say, if the US adopts a strategic reserve, the demand will skyrocket, not just in the US, but globally as other countries try and front run the move or get involved. On the announcement, I presume it will probably just see the biggest green candle maybe ever for Bitcoin, or one of the biggest, especially in terms of value. And current market pricing doesn't seem to account for this potential shift. And if it happens, Bitcoin and crypto prices should be so much higher. It's not just about becoming a store of value, but potentially being a key player in the financial system. And right now, I don't think the market is accurately pricing this. Bitcoin's 100K, but we got to 69K off the back of nothing, essentially, just with us retail. And this is talking about all the money in the financial system getting the opportunity to engage into this market, and not just the opportunity, but the endorsement of the biggest financial market in the world, potentially even holding it on their reserves. I talked about this price action yesterday. I've talked about it a few times for Bitcoin here. Could we get that rally up to 162K, mimicking what we got last year? Is this even an undershoot? I don't want to be that guy who comes out and just tweets bullish, because it's never different, but Ki Young Ju said, he's a Bitcoin analyst. The Bitcoin bull cycle might turn out to be the longest ever. New liquidity sources steadily funneling into the market and waiting to be unlocked. I do agree with this. But people are quite quick to comment, it won't be, they never are, don't sell hopium. And that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck between am I getting caught up in this emotional trap of feeling like the markets are going to be better than they have been before, and knowing with my experience in the markets that they never have been. But I've always felt like at some point utility will come into the system. And at the minute, as I've spoken about on the newsletter this week, the market cap of crypto in general is only at 3.51 trillion. And I do genuinely believe we go up towards 9 to 10 trillion. How do we get that sort of move and inflow into crypto markets? I just think that we're not pricing in enough right now the impact of what Trump could do very quickly. And yes, it's a 50-50 chance essentially, but he's been pretty consistent. Is it a 50-50 chance, or are people hedging the bet that, okay, they might be long Bitcoin, so they're going to short the prediction market, so if it doesn't come in, they get a payout on that? And are people sitting in the same emotional boat as me, oh, it's not happened through all the years that I've been holding, it's probably not going to happen? I think Trump's indicating almost in every way that it is going to happen. But that'd be 100 up to a 200% or 150 to 200% move here on Bitcoin. If we did see that, or the market in general, but if we just said on Bitcoin specifically, just using that for an example, and then we're going to get into XRP, just trying to show you this point, because then you're going to get you excited in the rest of this video, genuinely. So 150% would take us to, wow, $200,000. $250,000 would be 150%, and 200% would take us to $300,000 Bitcoin. Which that's what I'm saying is are we underpricing this potential news? Are we? That's a genuine question for you guys to think about. I don't know the specific answer. But one thing I do know is XRP in this range is starting to look like it's about to turn up to me. So get rid of that drawing. XRP is starting to look like it's about to turn up to me. Actually, let's listen to what Brad Garlinghouse had to say yesterday. And he did an interview yesterday, and there's loads of different clips, and some of them are really good. But this is one that I need you guys to listen to right now. Back and listen to this. I'm only going to play like 20 seconds of it, and then we're going to discuss that.
Out and things do happen, but I think indications are that, if, for example, there's some talk about a crypto reserve, and I think that would end up including Bitcoin and other technologies, which, frankly, just makes sense from a diversification point of view. And so I'm very optimistic that it is a new dawn for the crypto industry in the United States. The United States has led in many technical innovations, and it was leading in crypto, and some of the leading global companies are based here in the United States. But the last handful of years in the Biden administration have been very hostile towards crypto, maybe amongst the most hostile on the planet.
He's basically saying that he thinks there is going to be a strategic reserve, but not just for Bitcoin. He looks pretty happy. US-based companies are some of the leaders in crypto. You've got to presume that he knows something. He's got to know something. He looks pretty happy with himself throughout the whole interview. Then you've also got to think, surely XRP is one of those in the portfolio. Maybe Bitcoin, maybe ETH, maybe XRP, and a few of the top 10. If they have a strategic crypto reserve, you just got to presume that. They've been donating heavy amounts to the Trump inauguration fund, $5 million, I think, more than any other crypto company. I don't think it's really far-fetched speculation at this point. I think it's pretty obvious, but the fact that we've been speculating through the past makes it seem like it's far-fetched speculation. But I really don't think it is. It makes so much sense for Trump as well. I've been saying that as well. I've been saying, look, if you're Trump, why would you not make a Bitcoin reserve? You're going to make all your voters happy. All the single issue voters who have voted for you are going to be buzzing. They're probably going to vote for you pretty much forever. You're going to have made them wealthy. If you make good laws around crypto, you're going to attract wealth into the US. For example, I know if they made really good laws around crypto and tax, I'd probably go to the US, realistically. You're going to attract, and I'm young on paper, I'm not young, but I'm young in general terms. They want population to increase. One of the big problems with population increase is a lot of people who are young don't have the money to afford a family. You're going to give those young single issue voters enough for a family, and it's what a lot of people want. Why would you not do it if you because law says, and you'd have to change these legislation? But that's what presidents are for, realistically. I don't know, maybe I'm over bullish or missing something here, but I just feel like in my bones, I feel like we're ready for it. We've had enough down and enough negativity for so long. It finally feels like something's changing on the global scale. Obviously, barring any black swan, but even Brad Garlinghouse is talking about it here. We've seen Charles Hoskinson pretty much hinting at it as well. We could be on the dawn of something massive happening. And Trump, whether you like him or not, he pretty much does what he says. And so far, he's been employing a lot of pro-crypto candidates. So let's see. Oh gosh, I just feel I'm bullish, man. I'm bullish. But XRP mid-range, holding the mid-range. I did talk about yesterday potentially a pullback. If we start to break these higher highs, I think we probably continue at least the top of the range to take that liquidity, maybe then come back and then go. Or maybe just get absolutely sendy, guys, to be honest. Trump inauguration in 2 weeks now. The weekly time frame's cooled down. The stochastic RSI looks like it's ready to turn up again. Against Bitcoin, we didn't quite come down as far as we'd liked. I think Cred touched on this again today or yesterday. But for me, we've broken out of a bull flag. We had the weekly close outside. This thing, weekly time frame, stochastic RSI looks like it's ready to absolutely get rock and rolling again. The daily RSI in general looks like it could be ready to turn up. The stochastic RSI has come down quite a lot. I just think we look like we're close to, if not ready to go. to be absolutely honest with you there for XRP. Bitcoin, XRP, ETH telling a similar story, set a higher low, set a higher high, potentially setting a higher low again. This thing looks like it's about to absolutely get licky, and I'm ready for it. XRP dominance, the same story. Strap in, guys. I'm going to say this now. Strap in. It's about to absolutely send it, and we're all going to be riding this rocket ship. One thing I've been talking about a lot is XRP memes. If you want to trade memes, please do use my affiliate link. It's in the description of this video. But we talked about 5 different memes, and they all look like they're ready to send it as well. Army looks like it's creating a higher low. Like, these things move very, very volatile, and like they could go to zero, and I don't trust any of them realistically. But I do think there's an opportunity here. They're holding their lows, and potentially about, I think you could see something like this, all the way up there, and they will probably outperform XRP itself because they're less, there's less liquidity and a much lower market cap. I bought, in the article that I talked about, I bought Army. I've been buying a lot of drop. I've been buying drop from 12 mil down to about 6 mil, and right now it's back at 10.7, which is decent, but we're still not gone anywhere if we look on the daily time frame. Again, holding the low, trying to break out the top side of a range. Much higher to go, in my opinion. We've seen much higher prices. I bought Army, Drop. I bought Sigma. This is another one. Very similar in price action. They all look pretty much the same. Holding the low, getting ready to, or potentially charging it. And they could go to zero. Any of these, or all of them, could go to zero. But like, these are the ones I invested into. Scrap. Now, after doing some further research on Scrap, they're not very active on Twitter anymore, and I'm not very happy about that. But it was the first real dog token on First Ledger, so that's why I bought it. Again, holding a low, they're just looking like they're ready for a bit of a revival, and that would happen with increase in XRP price. Starbro was the other one. We bought this at 400k. It's at 2.2 mil now. We bought that last week. I wrote about it on the newsletter. I talked about it on YouTube. I actually fully exited my position this morning, not because I don't like the project. I don't know enough about it to, do deep research, and I've done a 5.5x. I've been slowly selling out, and I told you about that on X, so that I'm out of that position. So I did 5.5x. I put 10% of my allocation. So I moved 2% of my XRP portfolio. I put 10% of that 2% in, so realistically 0.2% of my whole portfolio. That then obviously increased to 50% of that, so it became 1%. So I made 1% of my whole XRP portfolio in like a week on Starbro and cashed it out. So that means for the rest of the memes I'm in for 1%, and I'm already in profit because of that, like massively actually. So if whatever increase we get is just going to be bullish for me personally, and that's why memes are such an opportunity. Don't get married to them. I'm sorry if anyone watching this holds Starbro and you're offended. I've been absolutely honest with what I've been doing. I told you I was selling it. I told you what my plan was. I'm not married to any of these memes. I'm here to flip a bag. I'm here to make more XRP. If you want to join me in the journey, do. If you don't. If you think I'm an idiot, I don't really care. This is what I'm doing. I thought there was an opportunity there. So far, I've been proved right. If we get a push in XRP, it's going to be the real tell for XRP memes. Realistically, think that if you spread a few of the top ones that have decent holder sizes and all right volume / good presence on social media, probably going to do averagely well, at least as well as XRP, if not outperform. And when they outperform, sell your bags. It's not rocket science. Just don't get too attached to it. I've also got a massive bag of Brito because I've been in there since day one. I've been part of the community since day one. I haven't sold a penny. Probably won't, realistically. I said I'd never sell until we got to 100 mil. We're at 1.91 mil now. I think I tipped it at like $10,000 or less, like maybe much less. And I will hold that to 100 mil. So let's see. Let's see what happens then. If I don't make any money on that, that's all right. Like, I'm happy with that. I've helped a community, and they've done amazing things. I can't take any credit for that. So that's basically everything I wanted to talk about today. There was a few more little quotes here from Brad Garlinghouse's talk, and I'm going to talk to you about that and show you that now. Where he hinted for twice. It was the second time he hinted at the strategic reserve, and then he also said something along the lines of like, it'll pop up in price. Oh yeah, that was the one. But digital asset investors shared a lot of the meeting. I think Crypto Eri shared the whole meeting in general. If you want to, let me show you Santosuma. I think that's what her name is on here. Let's see. She shared it all, I'm pretty sure. Planning on showing you this. It's not. It just wasn't part of it. But here you go. Yeah, she shared it yesterday. Brad Garlinghouse, the head of financial technology research at Citizens JMP, with a LinkedIn interview there with the password as well. So go and watch that video if you'd like to. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, that's the end of this video. Let me know if you think I'm insane. Could be. I've had 2 coffees. If you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe and share with a friend. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we about to see one of the biggest bull markets ever? Am I being over bullish? Am I not bullish enough? Are you not bullish enough? Let me know. Peace up, A-Town Downs, Crypto Insight UK would say.